Jim, it's finished 3-0. We thought it was going to be a difficult afternoon. I know coming up, we needed the points, but in the end it was quite a comfortable win really, wasn't it? And the performance we needed, I think, was the thing.
Yeah, when the time came, we stood up. I said to you, Rushall to get out of it.
You did, yeah.
And you know, in the last 5 games, they're the 3rd best side in the league. Yeah. I went to watch them on Tuesday night against Bishop Stortford. Obviously, Bishop have gone down and conceded under no goals, but these are a well-drilled side. You can see that they're on the AstroTurf. They're coached. You know, they know what they're doing. And I seen signs the other day thinking it's backing up. You know, it's funny that when we played Buxton, they just played these. So I watched the game. Yeah. You know, we seen.
You had your eye on them.
I seem to watch Rushall quite a lot. I just said to their manager, I've watched quite a lot of you. And I think you're a good side. And I think his recruitment's been good. He lost Waldron, who's one of the top players in the league. Yeah. And then he's brought in some good young lads. You know, Osendi's scored a few goals for him. Farmer's scored a few goals. Connor T's gone in. You know, they look alright. So when I went to watch them and come away thinking, not bad there, good there. But I thought there's areas where we can exploit. So it was a worthwhile, and I've usually got a good record of when I go to watch the opposition before we play them. So that was what made me mind up to miss training, leave that to Andy.
Oh, you did, yeah.
And then I went down there, I took my son Max and we went on a little trip out for a couple of hours and watched the game and then come home. So they deservedly won the game, and as I say, I come back up here thinking that's going to be a tough game come Saturday. Now, we went through stuff on Thursday in training, a couple of things with the ball, a couple of things without the ball. We've backed that up again today. We've done everything right with regards to preparation. We've come in, we've had the pre-match meal, we've done everything we needed to do, meetings, etc., individual stuff. And we've gone with a bit of a plan where we can set traps and what we can do, and the lads carried that out superbly. You know, every one of them, you know, we're looking for star men. Obviously Tyler get the plaudits, but right throughout the team, everyone put a right shift in it, cared, you know, and that's what we want every
It looked like that today, didn't it? You know, last week, to be honest, we're a bit flat, weren't we?
Yeah.
But today...
But again, you can look at football, you know, we took 15 points from 8 games in the last month. Yeah. We were in decent form, and in some of them games as well, we could have easily won. You know, we had a couple of sendings off that we thought were unfortunate, some that were sendings off. Yeah. We just nearly got there. I don't know whether Peter was in that block of games or whatever, or Hereford maybe. We could have took more from them. And we've come into this month, and obviously we played Scunthorpe, we had 2 top scorers play for them. We're missing injuries, suspensions, and I thought we put a right shift in, but I think when the manner in which we conceded and the timing of it just absolutely killed everyone. And I think going up to Darlington, big crowd, they're in a similar position to us. The wind, you know, suddenly you can see 2 in 9 minutes. It was poor on the day, but that can happen in football. Look at Liverpool the other night. Yeah. That's the way football is, but we never recovered from that first 10 minutes. There was a lack of thought process. We looked a little bit jaded, whether it was the journey, whether that's the opposition who got the tails up, whether that's the crowd getting behind them, whatever. They ran out worthy winners and all play, but as I say, the run that we've been on over the last 10 games, we're about 12th in the form table, so there can't be, that's what I said to the lads, it's not as if we're chasing and we're massively out of form. We've proven recently that we won 6 games and kept 5 clean sheets. We've proven that we can win games. We needed a big performance today, we come up with it and we ran out worthy winners. And
I think because we've been dragged into that bottom sort of, it could have gone to next week, couldn't it?
I think it's probably a little bit more everyone around us, like these. Yeah. These have won 5 out of 6. Yeah. Darlington now have won 11 games out of 16 or 17.
Phenomenal, aren't they?
You know, Farsley went and beat Peterborough the other day, and we're thinking, well, if Peterborough can do the double over them, that keeps them 6 points. Yeah. And suddenly they beat each other once each in a space of 4 days. It moves them both 3 points closer. So suddenly you look at the league table, and I said to you a couple of weeks ago when we said 52, 53 points on would be safe. We're 9 points clear the relegation zone. It just shows you in football anything can happen. And then in the space of a couple of games in the Easter period, you become 3 points off relegation, and we've got the worst goal difference. Yeah. You know, so you do start thinking, but we've kept calm, we've kept focused, we've got out what we needed to do on Thursday. The lads, every credit to them, and the fans. I thought it was a good crowd on. We give them something to shout about. They really got behind us, and thankfully we've got ourselves safe, and hopefully this we'll put an end to it and we can move forward and get up the division, because I don't want to be in this position, because I'll be honest with you, I've lost sleep over the last week or 2. So
I think you've always had belief though, haven't you, Jim?
Got a lot of belief, yeah.
I think you always have. I know some people, oh gosh, it's doomsday, but you've always had that belief, haven't you, that we get out of this?
Yeah, listen, you've got to be positive, you've got to be focused, you've got to believe in what you're doing, you know, and as I say, there's a lot of games that we probably should have took more from. You know, when we look overall stats and things like that, we've underachieved in the goals for column. Our expected goals is higher than what we've scored.
It's the home record as well.
And the flip side on that is the goals against as well. We've conceded more than what our stats say they should. We've been absolutely brilliant on the road. Top 5 side in the division after all said and done. So anyone who's travelled away, who's had some fantastic days, Warrington recently, Chester recently, all the way back there for when I first started. But at home, it hasn't been good enough. But the pleasing thing is, after all said and done, when I come in 1 point from 6 games, bit of a hangover from last year. You know, it's not a magic wand. It takes a lot of hard work, and everyone's pulled together. Obviously, the club's flipped round in ownership. The fans have been absolutely superb. I keep going back to that Chorley game when I come to watch, and they got beat 2-0. They were bottom of the league, but the fans stayed and clapped them off. And I thought, fair play to them. Got behind the team, and we've had that all the time. I think the other thing that happens is when you do that well. Someone shouted to me a couple of months back, "Hey, take us back to the Football League," and I'm thinking, we're in a relegation battle. So people start smelling themselves. It only takes a couple of results to go against you, and then suddenly you're thinking, you're looking over your shoulder. So as I say, after all said and done, there's loads to be proud of. The biggest thing is that we've stayed up. We're now on 56 points, which is, you know, 6 points more than what it was last year. We've won at home in our last home game, but there's obviously things to work on. We want to be better at home next season. We don't want to be in this position. So there's a lot of hard work to do, and we'll see where we go. But you know, that's for another day. We need to enjoy today now. Everyone concerned with the football club. Obviously, Andy, what happened to Andy and all that, that's the most important thing, and he's all right. So big 3 points, and he won the sweep as well.
Did he? Did he get this?
Well, I picked his horse as well, and he backed it.
Did he?
And I backed it as well, because I've got a son Max and he's got a son Max as well, so we both backed it.
So it's been a good day on.
And I pulled him out, so I think that'll give him a little boost that he's won the sweep as well.
We can have a night's sleep tonight, Jim, can't you, after all that? A relaxing lead up to South Shields.
Well, I'll certainly be having a few beers tonight, that's for sure.
You might do that one, so. Well, thanks for all you do with our interviews. You know, it's sometimes hard coming up in it when we've had a bad result, but you've always faced it up and come and done it. So thanks for that.
Big enough shoulders, got to do it.
Good man. Thanks, Jim.
Cheers.